darling.
We made it. We made it. I never thought I'd have to do this, girls, but I'm just going to turn you up. What?
Oh, really?
What fresh hell is this when I have to turn my WonderBirds up?
I don't know. You've never turned me up, Richard.
Oh, darling, you turn me up all the time. So, you know.
Oh.
How could I ever turn any of you down? Yeah, we made it through to another week, and I have to say, I was back in the studio yesterday, but through the week I've sort of been faltering in and out of Dickie's den at the crack of a sparrow's coffin. It's been quite dark, but it is getting lighter. And so I'm doing Fox excellent. There's no other way to describe it. Coming through, if the security light's not working at the moment, I'll have to get it fixed. I'll get a man in when we can. And I sort of labour into my little den here, hovering over this oil heater. It's totally showbiz. But I have to say, it is a delight to hear the birds.
Yes.
There are other birds in my life, ladies.
From us. We're very jealous.
But even just passing trees and shrubbery, and you can hear them nest.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. We're on our way.
Yes. Spring is here. The daffodils.
Oh, do you know, funny you should say that, Dee. My mum's favourite flower is a daffodil. So she popped down to supermarket this week and she got a couple of bunches, you know, the ones that are only £1.
Lovely.
I noticed them when I popped over for a fry up this week and I thought, that is it. Spring is
sprung.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fabulous. It's tulips to me, actually. Tulips mean spring to me.
And you know, it was our mutual friend Sue Cleaver, Coronation Street's Ivy, who explained to me what happens to tulips if you overwater them. Whether they droop if you give them too much water. They're basically hammered if you give them too much water.
Yeah, you don't have to really water them. They're very moist.
Not unlike all of us, obviously.
Yes. I love
we droop if we drink too much and we can be over moist. Done.
Yes. Lemonade, apparently, darling. Lemonade is very good for flowers to sustain them.
Well, daffodils.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about daffodils, probably.
Yes, gin for any other.
You know the food that you put into flowers when you get flower food?
Yeah.
It's usually sugar.
I don't know whether
that's why then.
What have you got, Richard? What are you doing?
What's he doing? He's going into his cupboard.
Ooh.
And we're behind you. Look at us behind Richard.
Darling, are you getting out champagne?
We're behind
What are
you.
you getting out? What are you making? Are you offering us a drink, darling?
Oh, dear. Me, dear. Drink, dear. No.
You should make a cocktail. Oh, you've got a shaker.
That is very good.
Now, darling, I was confused with the memo because when the memo was sent through about this morning's joy, I read it as, what are you going to do with Richard when you come out of lockdown? So as I said to the girls, I was confused. I had a mood board. I had a whole diary, you know, so apparently it's not that. So that will just remain between the two of us.
Harry, why didn't you just set up a dream catcher? Because I'm in your dreams nightly.
Ooh.
Night and day, mine.
Anyone? Just me then.
So come on, Richard. After lockdown, what will be your first thing you do?
I think obviously Dee is the only WonderBird that I haven't met. So I should very much like to press the flesh and play dress up with Dee because no idea what she's going to come as. But yes, so I'd like to meet. But
yesterday she was a bride, Richard. Today she's the bridesmaid.
That's right.
Yes.
Flesh.
Yes.
Well,
it goes up and down. Yes. In and out.
If anyone can carry off Monkey Bum Pink, it's you, Dee.
Oh,
I
darling.
think it's that important stage in the pandemic now, guys, and lockdown 3.0, where we focus less on the tunnel and more on the light at the end of it. Don't you feel?
Yes, I feel
and
that.
you know, what you were saying, Richard, is very true, because I think you'll love this. Aeons ago, when I used to live in this wonderful square, Trinity Church Square in London, there were a lot of artists and actors and dancers and singers, and we all used to get together. And it was my friend's idea that we would have a dressing up and a clothes swap. And we'd all come round to each flat. We'd take it in turns every other month. We'd bring all the clothes that we were fed up with, and we'd all get very drunk, all bring something to eat or something to drink, and dress up and prance around and in front of mirrors and say how wonderful everyone looked. and then we swap clothes. And it's a
Basically,
great way of
Very good.
recycling clothes.
right.
And I'd love to do that again with you, darling.
Let's frock up over a bowl of frazzles.
I was thinking, darling, a T-shirt of mine would look like a caftan on you. So I think it would be rather difficult to swap clothes.
That's all right. Just belt it.
Battles.
Wait, funny you should say that. Actually, one and only time that I've been to Ibiza, or Ibiza, however you choose to say it, and some friends of mine, we hired just a quite a humble villa by Ibiza standards. This was many years ago, and my friend and I, we were a little bit merry in this bar, and we decided it would be fun to swap clothes and then come back out. So I'd be frocked up in her clothes, and she would be in mine. And it was the most excruciating moment of my life, because when we emerged from the toilette, our friends just didn't see the funny side at all, and they were absolutely mortified. And we've all been there, right? We've all been there. We've all died at some point or another, be it on the boards or live on telly or whatever. And I'm going clammy palm just thinking about it now, because these are good friends as well. And you think, oh my goodness me, we have really, really misjudged the mood.
Oh no.
Oh, God, yes.
What did they do? Did they not even notice that you'd changed, or what?
It was just, it was worse than that, Debbie. It was just a blank face, just absolute shade. With that sort of look you get when, I love this expression, where people just look at you and go, just fade. We're done with you, we're wrapping this, fade. Something you will hear from me with regards to your good selves, ladies.
And the thing is, now the other thing, what happened to you afterwards? Did you not collapse with laughter because they didn't find it, or you just?
Skulked off. I mean, it's a very good question, Debbie, which is unlike you. We just skulked off, and we just retreated in shame. And the car journey back, it was mortifying. I don't know why I thought about that, and it's why whenever I think about swapping clothes, that it always takes me back to that rather landmark, grim moment in my life.
But maybe it wasn't your colour, darling. Maybe you're wearing the wrong colour, and maybe that was it. So don't worry, I'll dress you, and honestly, you will look amazing.
Well, I'm sure I will do. My friend Joan, down under, we were out and about in Australia a few years ago, and she bought me a caftan. I'm quite busty, and so it was more like an empire line, really, across the moo-moos and that sort of thing.
Lovely.
To answer your question about what you want to do when we finally get out of this, apart from the obvious, raise a pint, cuddle the family.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in that order. Actually, yeah, absolutely in that order. Because it's that sort of thing that we love. All those little things that we're missing.
Yeah.
I can't wait till somebody rings and says, I'm going to such and so, will you meet me there? And you meet somebody in a restaurant and you sit down and you order some food together and you have, I can't remember that. I just think that would be, it's just simple, and it kind of think, oh, wow, you can actually order a meal and somebody brings it. That's as simple as I can think, really, to be honest.
Oh, and the frisson that Harriet always has whenever we go out for lunch with the waiting staff, they tremble. Some of them are so terrified they visibly stiffen. But
that's what we hope for, darling.
That's what we hope for. But they're very grateful that we've turned up at their watering hole. Let's put it that way. So yes, a good nosh. I mean, gang, I long for the day that we can go out.
Me too.
I'll pop my car behind the bar and we can have a little drink on Dickie's Den. I think we've got to pop that cork soon. And
yes,
we have.
I can't wait.
And you're local.
Walking the dog this week, and we had a couple of lovely days because the weather's been pretty grim, and I know it's particularly bad the further north you go with the snow, etc. But just feeling the warmth of the sun, like the heat, the sun. And I know this seems, I mean, I'm no Wordsworth, but sort of wafting around Shoreditch Park and just feeling that heat and stopping for a moment was like, this is coming.
Wonderful.
And buds coming on the scene.
Buds.
The next thing I would like to do is, I'd like to go away. I'd like to get out of the house. I'd like to go to another place and stay somewhere else some of the nights.
I noticed we've got those invitations to get Debbie over to ours, certainly. They flew, didn't they? Sorry, Debbie, it seems like you're on your own, love.
I don't want to come to your house. I want to go to a hotel, darling. I want to go away, not to your houses. Thank you.
To a
very much.
hotel.
I wasn't
Oh.
asking myself for an invite, and you can't come over here either.
I just long to see my friends and hug them, and just want to see people in real life. Not that Zoom isn't revolutionary and fantastic because we're able to do this, thank God. But I want to see people in real life so much.
Yes, that's the thing, isn't it? Really. Your local sounds lovely, darling. I'm going to be down that pub.
Oh,
As soon, yeah.
Like the local. I told you I normally do a shift there at Christmas. But we
Yeah.
I know.
this year. Yeah, I do love my local. And funny enough, they've opened up the hatch on a Friday now to sell what they call frozen glory, these lovely frozen meals. And I just walked past today, didn't need anything, but just wanted to stick my head.
Oh.
Oh, how lovely. But they miss you too.
No, it's just all these faces. You know, I miss the hood. I really do miss the neighbourhood.
exactly.
And it's the same bumping into each other in the park and walking the dog. Less than we are to do even that at the moment. So, yes. Oh,
Bring it
It's going to
on.
be soon.
We'll be out soon. We'll be gone.
Soon.
Yeah, it will be. It will.
I want to go to the cinema. I want to go to the theatre. I want to go to concerts. I want our life back. I want to go into town. I want to just be free again.
Oh, do you want to crowd surf in a mosh pit, don't you, Harriet?
You know me so well.
Absolutely.
Well,
darling, it's going to be soon.
I think we're on the final track really here. I think
Yeah.
when schools go back on the 8th of March, and afterwards everything will slowly, you know, the light will come.
And Sherry's had her vaccine, Richard.
Yeah. Praise be.
Praise the Lord.
Praise to
How
God.
on
So yes, it was really weird, Richard. Well, you know, you took your mom.
Yes, I know, but surely, I mean, I didn't know they were doing the over 50s, darling. Well done.
Well, I had a little word.
Yes.
No, but it was weird because it was like, I was saying to girls, it's like some alien world you go into with people with PPI and, you know, queue up here and the tiniest little prick you've ever seen in your life.
Yes, exactly. We don't even want to go into that.
Yeah.
She keeps
And I
saying that.
couldn't feel it. And I said to the woman, you can't put enough in. She said, I know what I'm putting in. I said, no, but you couldn't have done. It was like 1 second.
So
And
Sherry,
she said that to a lot of people in her life, just saying.
Sherry, did you side effects aside, did you frock up? A lot of people have been
Well, I felt no, I didn't really, but I felt quite weary. But I don't know whether it's because of the world we live in. And today my arm is a little bit sore, strangely.
But Richard, everybody in the queue recognised her as if she needs, that. Yeah, and you know, she mentions Benidorm every day, and now people are mentioning it in the bloody queue. For God's sake.
Yeah, and with a mask on too.
I think she's got a mask off her face. Which
Yeah,
is
I think
why
she had
doesn't say that,
Benidorm on the
which is
mask.
why they recognise her. It just, it's her own face, dear, and that's why they recognise her.
It does remind me of that film. I must have a little look at this weekend and revisit the classics. I don't know whether this would count as a classic, but it's that film Soap Dish about a daytime soap in America, and stars Sally Field and Whoopi Goldberg. And Sally Field is the diva, the matriarch of the soap, and she's having a bad day. And so Whoopi turns to her and says, "Is it time to go to the mall?" So basically takes Sally Field to the mall, waits till she's halfway up the escalators and go, "Look, everybody, it's blah, blah, blah. We'll have to take you to Westfield when this is all over, Sherry."
That's what
I love
Good
that.
idea.
Oh, that's so
It's
funny.
Do you know what? That should be our buzzword. It's time to go to the mall.
Yes.
It should.
I would settle for a Bonnet Budgeons or Summerfield Fresh at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyone, you know, I've had actually this week, to be fair, I had a couple of socially distanced snappers while I was out and about on my travels, if you like. I'm never off those Santander bikes now, those little Boris bikes as they were once called.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, they're fantastic. Up on for a couple of quid.
Do you have a helmet though, Richard?
What, dear?
Do you have a helmet? Do you wear a
You
helmet?
can't ask him
I
that.
do.
You can't ask him that.
I do. And it looks rather ridiculous when you get on, obviously a helmet for safety, definitely. But a friend of mine asked me, do you put all the Lycra and everything on? Because thanks to the Princess Trust, when I did a charity run last year, or was it the year before? I forget now. and they gave me all the clobber. So yes, I do have a helmet, which is great. But I think you'd look a little bit daft if you were all lycra'd up on one of those.
No, don't do lycra.
No,
Not doing lycra, dear.
not men in lycra. It's not very attractive.
No.
Or women.
Oh, I
By
don't
any of
know.
us.
Oh, I
No.
don't
think you look good.
No.
Thank you, Dee, and good night. Lycra
Yes.
is what we mean.
Definitely.
When you have the big helmets and you have the little lycra bodies, you look like sort of ants.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because the helmets are enormous, and you know I've got an enormous head as it is. So yeah. Someone texted me last week. I don't know if you've been watching The Masked Singer, but not that we were speaking of disguises, but we're going down this road anyway. And they texted me and said, "Are you the sausage? I know you can't tell me."
No.
Ooh.
And I thought, there is no way this big unit is going to fit in a Savaloy. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyway, it's the semi-final tonight on ITV. Gratuitous plug. So you'll find out whether or not I'm the badger or the sausage. I couldn't possibly tell you.
Exciting.
Fabulous.
No. Your calves are bigger than the sausage.
Yep. Thank you for noticing.
Okay, guys, listen, we need to stop talking about pricks, sausage, and helmets.
And
I've had enough.
chipolatas.
Saturday morning. Yeah, we need to redress the balance, please.
I don't know where your mind is, Harriet, but
You know exactly where it is.
The matriarch, darling.
the matriarch. I think it's time to go to the mall.
I'm going to the mall.
I love you. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, darling. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.